Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the EGFC Big East Invitational. I'm your guys, McCormick, alongside me, the man, the myth, and the legend, Papa Squid.
We're here with Marquette versus DePaul. Both these teams sitting pretty high up in the standings now. DePaul up 3-0 in their series record. Marquette sitting at 2-0 if I'm getting that correctly. So this is going to be a huge swing and match depending on what goes down here.
First time we have seen Marquette on stream all day long. Of course, we've seen the side of DePaul a lot here so far, but Flux is going to come out high, swinging already off the rip. 10 seconds into the game, it is going to be Karma Juni once again getting an assist to Flux. Off that top side, it is going to be Flux, who was able to just put it perfectly under the car of, I believe that was JFG there, who was trying to make the save.
Coming quick off the hot win that they just got on the big stage. DePaul bringing out the big guns early on here, as you can positively tell. Getting a fourth series win here would solidify them in that top two spot again. Double round robin means 9 games apiece, and here we go. Karma Juni gonna steal that one from Flux. But either way, they've got 2 on the board.
This one here has been an absolute bloodbath. You see Flux pop it up to Karma, and Karma's just able to put that one out. Nita wouldn't have got there either way. That was going to be a goal, and of course now a 2-0 lead. 20 seconds just about for both of those goals to go in. So 2 goals in 20 seconds. We've seen DePaul get hot. We've seen them kind of go on and have streaks of greatness throughout the games, and now this is where we usually tend to see them kind of waver a little bit, not necessarily in the way they play, but just play a little bit more passive. They don't have as much aggression in towards that goal. They just allow the other team to kind of play their way and not make any mistakes on the defensive or the offensive side.
We haven't seen anything from Marquette yet. We're excited to see what they can bring to the table, but so far it's been a defensive game for them, albeit little defense. A great shot here from JFG, receiving from Ops on the side to put a goal on the board.
It looked like a little bit of just not being in position there. You see Flux trying to rotate back. You see his teammate trying to rotate back as well on that left side. Just an unfortunate circumstance, an unfortunate series of events that happened there, and it allowed the side of Marquette to take at least a little bit of time and put a goal on the board here. There's going to be Flux now, JFG trying to clear it out. Rumble's got the ball on that right side, trying to make a play in towards the middle. A bump from the side of Marquette will allow this one to push into the blue half. Up in the air, high flying. Flux trying to make a clear over towards his backside. He's actually just going to set this one up, it seems, and towards the mid-map side. Flux bringing this back to the side of Marquette. Marquette trying to make a play, trying to keep the ball in the blue half. He's going to be able to put a shot on, but Rumble up and high for that clear. He's going to bring it back down towards the other side. Ops is up, Flux is there. He's going to play this one towards the goal. Nito should be there for the save, but he just pops that one right in front of the goal. That one was a very dangerous place to put that one. Karma Juni now trying to play his side for the side of Villanova.
It definitely could have been a dangerous play, dropping down in front of his own net, but also having faith in his teammates to be there and ready to play that ball away with that light touch. It's something you like to see with these high-level players in Marquette. Certainly making a case for why they should be the winners of this game early on here. Still haven't even hit the halftime mark here in game number 1. But some significant shots and pressure for them nonetheless.
Karma up towards the left side. He's going to pop this one up. It is going to be Flux to go ahead and clear this one. Rumble's got an opportunity there, but the pass will be blocked. It's going to be a 50-50 win. Now Karma trying to get the ceiling shot in, but not hard enough. Ops is going to be there for the trade in JFG and Nito. Up double commit on that ball, but it is going to be in towards the blue half. Rumble trying to make the save, trying to make the clear, but Nito up on that left side wall again. This is not exactly what you want to see on an offensive try, especially at this high of level of Rocket League, but it will be now. Ops trying to put this one on the bounce shot, not going to happen. Karma up off that backside wall. Rumble now trying to get a pass over to Flux. Flux will be there over towards the left side, bouncing it off the wall. Nito trying to make the play, trying to push this one up toward the side of Marquette. Can they make the play here as Flux is now going to have full control, but Karma comes out of nowhere, bumps him across the map, and bumps the ball into possession for the side of Marquette.
Marquette have been doing a great job once again keeping that possession, and you commented on how, it was a bit of a weak attempt on a couple of their offensive drives, but at the same time, you do have to ease into it on occasion. So Marquette just trying to make sure that they're not overcommitting and leaving DePaul an opening like they have right here. It will go wide, thankfully.
Fortunate circumstance there too. They had a wide open net, and I mean, when I say wide open, I mean wide open. There was not a single person back there. It took an unfortunate bounce too off that right side, off that left side post, and it went wide left. Unfortunately, at least it didn't roll up the wall for him like I was suspecting it might. But now, another try for the side of Marquette as it's going to be up. Flux has to make the save here, and he will. A reliable player, and of course a reliable touch for the side of DePaul. 2-1 still here with about 1 minute and 20 seconds left. Who's going to be able to score? Who's going to be able to make it happen to the end of the game? And will it be the side of DePaul who can play the defensive side the best?
And I feel like, you know, I'm looking at this game, and I feel like Marquette almost got a little bit gypped with the first 2 goals. Because it feels like DePaul got a couple of freebies by just making aggressive pushes directly out of the gate. Whereas Marquette, maybe they just weren't quite, you know, ready, maybe in the posture that they were hoping to assume by the time, you know, any shots came on target, because they've been playing a much more solid game of Rocket League since then, and we haven't seen a goal from DePaul ever since those first couple. They've had a couple of chances like this one, but a nice clear way by Nino. Should be an open net. Knopf's get around it just barely as it slides its way in.
Inches are everything. Centimeters, millimeters, anything that you can get, as long as you can get it just inside of that right post, is going to be able to go in. It touches it, it almost goes out, it almost goes left after it touches that goal post, but now it will be a 2-2 game. 41 seconds left here inside of game number 1. This one is close. I'm on the edge of my seat, and like we were saying before, you might want to get some popcorn because this one is going to be a blast. This game is not anywhere near over, and we could be seeing our first overtime throughout the entire day here in our 4th match of the stream.
Be careful about saying that. You know about the caster's curse. We already have one of these situations at 2-2 with 30 seconds left. Close call here on the goal line.
That ball was a little bit black there too. That one was about half black, and that could have been in if Ops was just playing a little bit further back. But now a great save there from Flux. A double commit comes through. He's going to be able to bring it back down towards the left side. 5 seconds is all that remains. Ops is going to be able to touch this one towards the right side. But now it's Karma. Karma up. Can he go ahead and touch this one down? It's going to be off that left side wall. And overtime. Here we go. Finally, we've got ourselves a little bit of action. Sudden death, the first one to score is the first one to hit the kill switch on the other team. Karma Juni gonna pop this one up for his teammate up on the wall. Flux is there. Now Karma Juni trying to make a touch, but it is going to be the man continuing to fly down. Karma Juni maybe puts his teammate in a bad position.
Oh, Rumble played that so well. Slowly closing the gap on JFG. Who had no boost in the tank, using those exploratory little, you know, like movements kind of inward, just trying to find out what are your options here. But a team bump in the net, and Ops has so much to shoot at. You hate to see it. Miscommunication for DePaul. They lose game 1.
For that to be the way they lose game number 1 in the OT, only 26 seconds in, that is just completely and utterly unfortunate. That's the only way I can explain that. My mouth is still like wide open right now. Like I'm physically hurting for the side of DePaul because that is just like, oh, they had a lead 2-1 up in the, oh my brain hurts. I had a brain freeze from talking and I'm not even eating. Oh my god.
Yeah, you wanna take a little bit of a break there, McCord meal. I wouldn't want you to overexert yourself. No, but I mean, you say it's kind of heartbreaking for DePaul, sure, but I want to highlight the effort from Marquette because they had to play from behind that entire game. Those first 2 goals, as I mentioned, you know, may have just caught them off guard because they didn't expect such fierce offense in the opening seconds of the game. So being able to come back from that, force into OT, and then make the play that they need in order to take game 1, that's impressive tenacity, and I hope to see more of it here as we move into the second match.
I couldn't agree more, and I think the one thing we didn't really touch up on last game is that aggression from the side of Marquette at the end there. With them playing so aggressive over towards their side in that overtime, they just played the hand of DePaul. DePaul made the mistake and they capitalized on it, and that's what Rocket League is, right? It's all about capitalizing on your opponent's mistakes, and they had a 2-1 lead. They gave up 2 unanswered goals there at the end of the game. Unfortunate sight for the side of DePaul, but Marquette, they just played a better last half of Rocket League into the overtime.
Yeah, now the question really is, will DePaul be able to adapt and play the game that they wanted to play from the very get-go of game number 1, or is it going to be all Marquette, really? I think that's the question we have to ask ourselves.
Rumble. Now passing it over to Flux. Flux is going to take this over on the left side wall. He doesn't have much boost, but he is going to be able to get a pass down to his teammate. Juni is there, but now it needs to be a rotation back towards the blue side for the side of DePaul if they want to make sure that the side of Marquette can't just bring this one back down and score an easy, quick goal on the opposite side. JFG is going to bop this one down, but it is going to be a teammate bump. Unfortunately, Karma Juni is going to be the one to put that one on target. The first goal does once again go to the side of DePaul within the first minute of the game. They did this last game, like we said. It was 2 goals in the first 20 seconds. This one, it's a goal in the first minute of the game. They continue to strike early. They continue to strike quick, but we talked about it as well. DePaul has the ability to pop off but it seems like it's in sporadic spurts, right? They get a couple of goals in, and then the rest of the game is just kind of waiting for that next goal to where they can get a little bit of momentum, but it is going to be bouncing to the left corner. Rumble's going to pick another one up and put another one down. He pops it in off the pass from Flux.
And I have to say, I feel so bad for Ops in this situation, because watch Karma Juni on the left, and Ops realized that he had to try and hit that ball as soon as possible. That was honestly an easily savable ball, and Ops knew that, but seeing Karma Juni come in from the left forced him to try and take a quicker path to the ball, which resulted in not getting the pinch out that he wanted, but Karma didn't hit the ball. Ops could have taken his time, but he got faked out by Karma Juni. Of course, I'm certain that Karma was trying to hit the ball in the first place, but you hate to see it. Now another shot on target. That was just a little bit wide, thankfully for the Marquette players. A minute 20 off the clock, still plenty of time to play this game, but a 2-0 deficit is never where you want to be.
Right there on that offensive possession for DePaul that's still technically going on, it was Flux who was almost able to get that tap up high onto the ball that almost put it on target. It was just a little bit weak to where they couldn't get it into the goal. The second one, just barely to the left side of the post, and it didn't allow that one to go in either. Now, it is going to be the side of Marquette finally making another offensive push. Their first solid push of the game, but now going the other way, Ops is going to be there for the clear, for the stop. It's going to bounce straight down, but Rumble is there to go ahead and bring that one back out. But offensive control still for the side of Marquette. Marquette's not going to be able to put it in. Have a beautiful save from Karma Juni. And again, we talked about it against the game versus Villanova. We talked about it beforehand after he was getting subbed into the game. He has been the difference maker for the side of DePaul, no matter in what facet of the game you're talking about. Offense, defense, being a pass player. It doesn't matter. No matter where he is on the map, he is making plays to help his team out. And again, with all those out for rewards, we know he's been playing the game for a very, very long time, or at least he has a lot of gold in this game. And this guy, what can you say except MVP? Question mark?
It seems that way so far. And I can even go back to that play where he just made that save. It was a little while ago. I could talk about that play for at least a solid 10 minutes. Basically just looking at what could have gone wrong or right, depending on your perspective. A nice save there by Ops, and you can tell that Marquette still want this game. They have been putting a lot of pressure on here in the second half of gameplay. They haven't been able to put that one shot on target that they need, and you can tell DePaul, you know, again, they've just got that little bit more life. Maybe they started to underestimate Marquette as soon as they got those first two goals in game number one. Who knows? But they're coming back this time around. They're not letting this one go away easy.
This game is almost looking exactly identical to that first game, but as you mentioned, it's that one goal that they need to bring that within the reach, and to where they can just play off one mistake of the side of DePaul. Now they have to play off of several mistakes, but now Karma Juni going to be able to read the touchdown from an unfortunate touch off that back wall, and he will be able to put that one on. Flux, a great pass. JFG wasn't able to get anything there. He ends up missing the ball, and that sets up Karma completely untouched to put that goal in. A 3-0 lead now for the side of DePaul, and this one could be the first time we see a game go 1-1, and it guaranteed game number 4 will be in the hands then if the side of DePaul can hold on and hang on to this win.
And I believe, just looking at the standings right now, we've only had one Game 5, and that was in Group 1, so we haven't had a single Game 5 yet in Group 2, but I feel like if there's gonna be a Game 5, it's gotta be this matchup right here, because this is incredibly close as far as games are concerned. We've seen some fantastic effort out of both sides so far. With 1 minute remaining and a 3-goal deficit, you know, this isn't the comeback that you generally see with two evenly matched teams in RL Esports.
I can agree with that 100%. No, make it 1,000%, because these two teams have been incredible to watch all day long. Again, this is the first time we've seen Marquette on stream, but correct me if I'm wrong, they're undefeated, right?
2-0.
2-0. They're 2-0. DePaul, I believe, is 3-0. Both of these teams looking to put a loss in the column for one of these guys. And so far, it has been DePaul who have been making the plays every single game. The last game, it was just, again, 2 unanswered after those first couple goals. Didn't help them out at the end of the game in that overtime conundrum. Here inside of game number 2, it has been all DePaul as they completely have shut down the offensive side for Marquette, and they continue to make the best plays in every scenario.
The backboard defense has been brilliant, and their pass interference has been just as good. Marquette trying to get team play set up just did not work out. DePaul was there to shut down everything. Basically every play they had in the book they threw down there on the field, and none of it worked. They're going to have to pull out some physical plays or just have a straight-up miracle when it comes to trying to make those tricky offensive moves on the blue side, because Marquette were just unable to do anything to DePaul. DePaul never even got close to the goal line, it felt like.
Traditional Rocket League only gets you so far, especially when you're playing against a team like DePaul. You got to switch it up. You got to make those adjustments. Back to the drawing board for game number 3 will be the side of Marquette and DePaul. All they have to do is continue to keep what they're doing going. Obviously, the shots from the side of Marquette, 6 to the 9 of DePaul. DePaul had more shots, they had more goals, they had more chances. The saves column, however, it was a different story. Marquette had more saves than DePaul did that last game, and of course that allows them to, generate a little bit more of a concern in their team. Not even thinking about it physically, it's just something that ends up happening. If you're getting pummeled, if you're getting piled upon every single time, it doesn't matter. You're gonna have that thing in the back of your head telling you, okay, we need to play defense. We can't play super aggressive. But that's what the side of Marquette needs to do. They need to play aggressive. And here in game number 3, that's what I hope to see out of them. But Flux is going to try and put the first goal in once again. That would have been another goal within the first 20 seconds of the game. Another one under a minute. And DePaul now trying to make a defensive stop.
And Marquette doing a great job of recognizing that as well. They certainly learned their lesson from game 1 because they have not let in that first 10 seconds goal yet. But there is the first minute goal with Karma Juni getting a bit of a slow roller. And actually, I believe Flux earned a full shot for this one. Oh my god.
Come on.
Alright, well, there you go. That's just the way that it goes. I think he hit the defender, which I believe was Nito, into the ball, and then the ball went in. So, congratulations, Flux. I think that's the only pull shot that I've ever seen in competitive Rocket League.
I can't exactly put my finger on exactly what makes this DePaul team so good within the first minute, but I think it's just that constant aggression that they have and being able to control the boost. Something we haven't really talked about this series is the ability to control the boost for both of these teams. In this game of Rocket League, as you know, if you've been a player, if you've been an avid watcher of the game, you know how important being able to conserve boost is because of how limited it is once you start playing at the top levels. People will boost starve, people will play it a lot differently than you're expecting it to, and now it is going to be a play for the side of DePaul back over towards the orange half of Marquette. Rumble trying to make the stop, but now an open net for the side of Marquette as well, but it will be a stop from Karma once again being the playmaker that the side of DePaul needs.
Oh, and they can't rest easy. Oh my, JFG skies that one into the crossbar. Would you believe it? Had everything to shoot at and just could not put it on target. Worrying too much about those defenders in the net. But I think this is an excellent example of why DePaul cannot rest easy with this 1-goal lead. That was a close call.
A close call indeed, and another one goes off the crossbar, the crossbar as well, as Flux missed that one high. Now, it is going to be up high and rising as JFG now trying to take it towards the other end. The one who hit the crossbar, and then, of course, Flux hitting the crossbar as well. Now, Flux, can he put this one on target? Yes, he can! A beautiful pass from Karma Juni allows that one to go in, and another 2-0 lead for the side of DePaul. And they've been playing this one in a fascinating way. A bunch of mid-nap passes, a bunch of team passes, something that we almost missed against the side of Villanova until a little bit later into game number 2 and 3, where we saw them being a little bit more aggressive, being a little bit more confident in their ability. And so far, I guess this Marquette team, I'm sure they've got the vibes going. I'm sure they're getting everything in the right mindset to continue playing in this double round robin, as they now are looking to try and secure a 4-0 start to the double round robin.
And Karma Juni could have followed up, and it certainly looks like they are running away with this. DePaul looking so much more strong than before. You mentioned that last passing play was incredibly done, and that's just the kind of chemistry that you expect to see out of these guys. You can tell they're getting more comfortable as time goes on. But I think we might have to repair the crossbar after this, because we've seen it hit a couple more times than I think it deserves at this point. Flux actually taking that one right off the head of Nito, and a dangerous dribble in front of the net. And again, I will say again, though, we mentioned in the break that Marquette, they're going to have to put some new plays on the field that we haven't seen before, and they have been unable to do so this far, being outshot by 6 so far.
The adjustments have not come in. That is something that we can say is very blatant and obvious. One thing I will also say is that along with the crossbar being fixed, we also need to go ahead and fix this server, because there are so many goals being scored, so much dominance on the server right now that's why the server health keeps popping up every so often on the screen. They know it's happening. They know that this is pure dominance from the side of DePaul these last 2 games. I believe these 2 games have been shutouts for the side of Marquette as well. No goals being scored in the last game and a half. And with 1 minute and 50 seconds left, they need to get something going on the offensive side. It's completely and entirely possible, but they've got to start now.
Like I said last game, you know, scoring 3 or 4 goals in 1 minute of gameplay is generally not possible as far as Rocket League Esports is concerned. So that timer is ticking down pretty quickly if you're on the orange side. Now 90 seconds and time on the clock. And again, I'm going to point out this shot count. 3 times the shots is how many more DePaul has over Marquette. This is an impressive performance from them overall, but a great dunk here by Nito off the back wall, but nobody's there to make a play. And Karma Jr. with a great cut rotation to send that one just a little bit wide.
Ops. Nito double commit towards the backside. Karma in towards middle map. Can he go ahead and get a touch? Yes, he can. JFG now having to rotate with his teammate Ops to try and make something happen over towards the blue side. Off that back wall. He's going to pass it in towards middle map. One is going to be there, but it is going to be JFG getting the clear. Now Ops towards the other side as well. He's up, he's high flying, but Karma is there to bring it back. Off that backboard, now Nito trying to make another clear, another save, and he'll do just that. But JFG, it seems like it's going back and forth and back and forth. One long clear after another. Neither team having solid possession of the ball, and it continues just to be a back and forth affair, as we just mentioned.
Back and forth affair, but the problem with that is for Marquette, they need to score 3 goals in 30 seconds now. This is not a profitable game plan for them at this point. And DePaul is perfectly happy just to lock their opponents in the defensive half at this point. Flux just going to demo Ops, basically BM at this point, because they don't need much extra measure, and that is, oh boy, you hate to see it.
Well, if it wasn't over already, that one's the dagger right there, putting it in his own goal. But now what I was going to say, I completely lost my train of thought, so great goal there from Rumble. And we continue this game with 14 seconds left, a 4-0 lead for the side of DePaul. Gonna take a 2-1 lead here in the series as well. We thought Marquette was gonna put up a fight, and they finally get a goal in, so maybe a little bit of momentum going into game number 4, or 3. 4. Yeah, 4. You know, caster math, like you said.
Yeah, of course. But I agree with you, though. I mean, for Marquette, I think the thing is that they played game 1, and they probably thought to themselves, you know, and this isn't necessarily an uncommon thing to do. They won that game 1, and they said, all right, guys, well, we only barely won that one, so we're just going to have to try and stick to the same game plan. Because nobody wants to change their game plan significantly if you know, they only barely won, right? So they want to just stick with what they have. And then DePaul came to the table and they said, you know what? We're not going to stick with the same game plan. We're just going to basically knock everything that we do out of the park and then see what happens. And Marquette didn't like that, but then they weren't able to adapt to how that played out in this game. So game 2, they got, you know, it wasn't necessarily the best result, but they didn't know how to counter that. And I think that's really shown by the amount of offense that we saw from either side. We saw a little bit of the ball on the blue half of the field, but, you know, it definitely was not nearly as much as DePaul was bringing to the table when it came to offense.
DePaul had 5 shots. 4 out of those 5 were all assists. That just shows you that these guys are playing together. It shows you that they are continuing to grow as a team. And of course, DePaul, they had a good offense going in a couple of the games we saw already on stream. It seems like they've turned that and took it to an 11 on the notch. And of course, now we see this game number 4, match point. Marquette about to fall after winning game number 1 in what was quite honestly a very surprising fashion after that mishap from the side of DePaul. But here we go, folks. Game number 4 underway. Blue side will be DePaul, orange side will be Marquette. Every game so far here in the series, DePaul has scored a goal within at least the first minute of the game, and usually it ends up being 2 before that first minute ends. Karma now trying to bring it down towards the orange side. Flux over towards the backside, now making a defensive stop. Nito trying to be up high flying, not going to be able to do it. A little bit of a ball reset, and Rumble will be able to take this one up that left side. Plays it in a little bit of a weaker touch so he can get it to his teammate, but Nito will be there to make the stop. 30 seconds ticked off the clock so far. 0-0 still here in the game.
And Karma Jr. actually gave up a little bit on that pass. I wonder if it was for lack of boost or what the situation was. But perhaps it was just respect for the opponents. That might actually be a good or bad sign depending on how DePaul really wants to play this game. If they just want to go for all-out attack may not be the decision that they want to make. Marquette to definitely make use of any extra space they're given.
Rumble almost had a beautiful ceiling shot there, but folks, remember, this is game number 4. If the side of DePaul win this, they will be going ahead and taking the series 3-1. However, if the side of Marquette take this game, we will be seeing a game number 5, and that will be the first game number 5 on the stream today so far. The ball in front of the goal for the side of DePaul, and they'll put it in. It wasn't within the minute, but was in the minute first. It was within the first minute and 14 seconds. So still, a very early goal in regards to how this game has gone so far, and continuing to control the ball and control the dominance. DePaul up 1-0.
And it's rather unfortunate for the defenders on the Marquette side there that they weren't able to get that touch and get it away, because they made the save. The ball just lost all of its momentum, and having committed 2 players didn't really help. Karma Jr. at the back wall. Flux can't make use of that one. Rumble's going to put it on target without Taz a chance to react. A close call there. But DePaul continue their attack. Flux almost making a double, but it does not work out. Rumble this time going to put a blast of a shot on target. They get denied again, but they are not backing down. DePaul University, shot after shot after shot. They've already added up to 10 shots on target. We're not even 2 minutes into a 5-minute game. What is going on here?
Folks, this has turned into a firing range, and after all 10 of those shots, they only have 1 to fall. And now we look at the comparison between the 2 teams. They only have 1 shot on the side of Marquette, and that equals 1 goal. That means they're taking good shots. The side of DePaul, they were taking good shots too. Let's not forget, they had a couple of open goals that they could have put that ball in, but they missed it either high or wide every single time, or there was just an all-out block from the side of Marquette. Still a lot of time here, 3 minutes left in the game, but that could be the difference maker here so far, as Marquette have another save on the board. Nito with a beautiful save. That was an incredible touch from the side of from Rumble as well. Now, offensive possession for the side of DePaul. Can they make this work? Or will it flop once again? Orange side. 2 orange cars now being surrounded by 1 blue car. The demo comes through. Flux is going to be the one giving it to Karma, leaving it for Mito, trying to bring this one and keep it on the DePaul side.
There's a great read by Nito as well. I don't really think we commented on that too often or too much. But Nito made an excellent read on that passing play coming in from the side. We also did see the last time we had a close game like this, it fell to Marquette in the end. So here at halftime, DePaul might start to get a little bit worried with the position that they're in. They do have a major shot advantage, but Marquette have since moved the game over to the midfield line.
Oh, I thought that was going to be a 1-2-3 play right there. That would have been absolutely jaw-dropping. The folks continuing to have their offensive aggression going in their favor. Rumble now going to be on that right side wall, trying to get a pass in towards middle, but it should be at least a push back down towards the other side. Flux is going to bring it over to the left side. Karma, it's going to be a ghost touch for Karma there, as now Flux has to go up high to get the ball at least away from their goal. JFG, excuse me. Shot on goal now. Ops another shot on goal. Now this is looking like the side of DePaul on the opposite end, but for Marquette this time in the blue half.
And it all started from that initial touch by Flux off the corner wall, not getting that second tap, getting it and getting it away from the opposing offense was really a huge bane for them, because it resulted in Rumble not being able to make a play on the ball, and that offense just returned directly to where it started. So putting that ball to the corner, you have to have a plan for the follow-up, otherwise it's just going to go awry once again.
Flux over towards the backside. He'll go up, passing it down to Rumble. Rumble's not going to be able to go ahead and rotate over there. It's actually going to be Karma who flies up instead as Rumble rotates back towards the goal side. Rumble is going to be there for the pass now, though, from Karma. A beautiful awareness of his teammate and where he is. A goal goes through. Rumble puts it up 2-1 for the side of DePaul. With a minute left in the game, the go-ahead goal here in game number 4. That puts them up, like I said, and that's now potentially getting even closer to the end of this game. Having that lead, remember, they're up 2-1 in the series, now up 2-1 in this game. Marquette has to answer now. They have a minute to answer, and of course, a minute to get another goal to bring this one to a game number 5.
That momentum might be a little bit killed as well for Marquette. The defense was a little bit lackluster. You saw that one touch baited out 2 defenders, and neither of them was able to make the read. So they might be feeling a little bit down in the dumps after that one. We're going to cross out in front, a nice save, but is it still in their possession? That is the question.
Marquette trying to get something going as Rumble and the rest of the DePaul squadron have gone ahead and brought this back down in towards the orange half. A little bit of server health issues there, but now it's going to be a bounce down. Flux isn't able to get the shot. Now JFG will pass it down to Ops. Ops will be able to bring it towards the right side. JFG going to hit it trying to get it away. He's going to win his 50-50. He puts the shot on target. A pass in, not going to be able to get it. Rumble makes the save, and no one there to put another shot on goal. JFG still there. Can they put it in? 10 seconds is all that remain. Nito goes up. Nito has it there. Alps is up. Can Alps put it on? Alps is there. Nito puts it in for the goal and score with 2 seconds remaining in game number 4. They tie it up and now have the ability to bring this one to a game number 5. Still 2 seconds remaining. Oh my God, folks, what did I just witness?
And this is how you have to clutch it up. Nito coming in from the side, knew exactly what needed to be done. No defenders in sight. And now we go to a 2-2 OT once again. Repeat of game number 1, but Marquette with the series lives on the line. Can they pull it off once again? That's not a favorable kickoff. Call of Duty gets it on the left side. 4 seconds in OT to secure the series for DePaul.
Oh, that reminds me of the Game 7 Grand Finals of RLCS when it was Digitas versus NRG. When Justin put it on target and then they weren't able to clutch up at the end. Oh, wow. What a game, DePaul, though. Can't take anything away from them. They win it 3-1 in the series. They clutch up there in game number 4 when it matters the most. But Marquette, no one can take away that jaw-dropping tie goal that they had with 2 seconds left in that game. Absolutely beautiful stuff.
And DePaul now moving into the front of the pack by a large margin, moving up to 4-0. An impressive performance from them so far today. And once again, only the top 2 from each group are going to be moving on. So out of the 5 teams we have here, DePaul's looking they're looking pretty hot right now. I won't lie. And it looks like we are going to be moving on to our next game. We got one more before we are done with, we're going to be halfway done after this next match. But nothing is decided yet.
It feels like we just started this like an hour ago. This has been some great Rocket League. These last couple games have been absolutely monstrous. I don't know what that's not a word.
Yeah.
It's monstrous, but we'll go with it anyways. No, these last couple games have been absolutely fantastic, but I believe we are going to take a short little break before we go ahead and hop into the Marquette versus Xavier esports game. And of course, we will have all the best Rocket League action for you here at the EGFC Big East Invitational when we come back.